Cayenne scaled to 15K per month at 17 years old, almost failing high school, being kicked out of his own home, and all of this in just 30 days. So if you're around the age of 17 and you hate the schooling system, this is exactly for you.
So for you guys who don't know, my name is Can Rodriguez. I'm a 17-year-old entrepreneur, social media marketing agency owner. About, honestly, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I was working a 9 to 5. I was a waiter slash bartender. And the reason I was actually working that job is because I wanted to join our tourist program. And to be able to afford it, I was like, working a 9 to 5 is the only way that I would make the money. And once I got to the point where I had the money to invest into the program, I dropped everything. Honestly, I've never really been good at school. I've never really, thought that I was going to go to university or even pass high school, honestly, because it's never been my passion. And I could never listen to a teacher who I don't trust because they really haven't built anything for themselves. So I joined the program, dropped everything. I dropped my tennis scholarship at the Rafa Nadal Academy. I dropped my tennis lessons. I dropped school. I dropped absolutely everything I had going for me. And I joined it. I started working, honestly, not kidding, 16-hour days, investing all the time I had, investing my entire schedule built to the agency. And so far, honestly, it's paid off. I'm in the Caribbean right now. I'm on a cruise, and yeah, it's the life I've always wanted, honestly, and it's just the start.
Cayenne is going to reveal the 3 secrets that got him this success with absolutely no experience, no testimonials, no nothing. These 3 methods are equally as important, so make sure you watch every single one of them or else this won't work. Cayenne was closing clients within days of starting SMMA inside of our program. And what method of outreach did he do? What is the current best method of outreach that you can do to get clients within days?
So the best method of outreach I used was SMS blast. Honestly, we were booking around 1 appointment every 100 SMS we were sending, and it was crazy. That changed everything completely. I was booking around 6 to 7 calls a day. All of them are people who actually show up because since they see it on their phone, right? Imagine they forget for whatever reason. You can just call their phone number and be, hey man, you booked a call, remember? Are you still good for this time? A lot of times they're gonna say yes and they hop on the call, or they just reschedule for an hour later or 2 hours later, which is a lot better than, for example, on Instagram. As well as if you do Instagram DMs, if you do all of this, you're not really professional, because what professional business outreaches you on Instagram? That just doesn't work like that. So SMS really changed everything for me, changed my life completely, honestly. And yeah, it's the easiest method of outreach since it's completely automated.
Now that Cayenne was getting all these booked calls, I'm sure you're wondering, just as much as I was wondering, how was he able to convert these clients with no testimonials, no confidence, no prior experience? And can anybody do this? Could you, the viewer literally watching this video right now, be able to do this with no experience, no testimonials, no nothing?
At the beginning, I also had that thought, but first of all, you can easily fake testimonials. I'm not going to say you can get a media buyer to send you those testimonials because the media buyer's testimonials are ass. What you can do is go on Go High Level, and there is a specific setting where you can see a testing phase of how much Go High Level can actually help an agency. And I think it's around 115,000, it says on the number. So when you're on the Zoom call with your potential client, what you can do is when you're sharing your screen, you click on that tab for about 5 to 10 seconds and you ask them, are you able to see my screen? And they're going to see that huge number, and it also shows conversions, it shows closed deals, not closed deals. So it looks really professional. And you can use that because once they see a huge number like that, 115,000, they're going to be like, holy shit, this is actually a legit business. As well as, honestly, you can ask your friend to record a testimonial for you. That's what I also did at the beginning. You can ask your dad to record a testimonial for you. There's millions ways of creating testimonials, of actually getting started. The only reason you actually haven't started yet is because you're lazy and you just don't want to put in the work.
This next secret is going to absolutely blow your mind. There's some incredible value in there. So what's the actual secret to why agencies are able to hit 10, 15K, 20K per month? What is the actual difference between them and you?
So it took me about, honestly, 3 days to get my first payment once joining the program. And then from there, I scaled to around $15,000 a month in profit in about 30 or a bit more than 30 days, which is honestly crazy because, first of all, I'm 17 years old. So I never really thought anyone would trust me or believe in me. And I just found it crazy that once I closed my first client, my confidence went up and that mindset that I had of not being able to close clients completely left. So after you actually close your first client, you become a different person. You visualize these people on the call completely differently. Like back in the day, I used to get nervous getting on sales call. I was the one talking the entire time. I was the one like begging them to work with me. And what I realized what really works, and even more when you're young, is don't act as if you need them. Act as if you're the guy that they need, as if your agency is a lot better compared to the other ones. Honestly, it's not getting lazy after you get 4, 5, 6 grand, and don't try to outsource everything straight away, which I think is a mistake a lot of people do. A lot of people make 3, 4 grand and they get a media buyer, they get a VA, they get this, they get that. I think you should keep learning it till you get to around 15, 10, 12, $13,000 a month. So you actually understand the ins and outs of your business. Because if you close 3 clients, you don't know all the ins and outs. It's impossible. So once you do around 10, 15, 20, 100 times, that is when you can start outsourcing it. Because what I see a lot of agencies and agency owners do is they outsource everything straight away and they actually don't know if these media buyers, if these other agencies that get them appointments are actually doing the job well, because they've never really done it very well themselves. So my kind of advice for you is do it yourself as much as you can, learn it, and then you can outsource it.
They say that 80% to 90% of companies fail. So why would you, the viewer watching, fail? And why has Kyan not failed? What makes him different?
The only way to fail in this business model and in general as an entrepreneur is by giving up. I talk a lot about how I scaled from 1 month to another, but I've been in the entrepreneur space for a while now. Not starting SMMA, but in general, I tried drop shipping. I was in my monk mode phase when I was just learning. I got videos of me about a year ago where I was learning 16-hour days, just watching YouTube videos, taking notes, visualizing, meditating, eating right, drinking right, quitting all my bad habits, going to the gym. I also think all of that is something that helps you build your business, building that discipline, doing something you don't like every day. For example, what I didn't like is getting in cold showers every morning. I really don't think cold shower changes anything, but it's just doing something you don't like every morning, every day, really changes your mindset and perspective of when you get on the computer. Because once you get on the cold shower, let's say you put it freezing cold, you really don't want to. So when you're in that shower, you're like, fuck, I want this to end and just get on my computer, have my nice clothes on and just work. That is what changes your mindset. As well as instead of saying, shit, I have to work, I have to do this, say, I want to work. We all know that you're bullshitting your mind, but your mind is still going to fall into it because your mind knows that you are lazy. Your mind knows all your weak points better than anyone. So trick your mind, fuck with your mind. And once you get that done, you're going to succeed. But all of this kind of summed up is if you give up is the only way you're going to fail.
I want you to imagine your life at 15K per month, just like Kyan just hit recently. What would change? How would you envision your life? What would be different?
Fuck university, man. I'm more than like 6 of my teachers combined. Like it's stupid if I do go. As well as honestly, my plan is try to get to $100,000 a month. I know that sounds crazy, but once you get into this routine, once you start making money, once you start getting connections, and you see how much these people are actually making, $100,000 a month isn't shit. And I have a lot of ambition, which I think is something that the universe gave to me. I want to be a fucking trillionaire. I want to own the world, everything inside of it. So for me, it's just keep going, keep scaling the agency, keep scaling every other business that I have, and just keep living like this, man. Who the fuck is in the Caribbean at 17 while my friends are at school? You know?
So you heard it here, guys. There are all the secrets that Kyan used to scale to 15K per month. If you want to work one-on-one with me or other coaches inside of our program, such as Thomas Garnett or other 50K per month coaches, check the first link in the description and we'll help you get your next 5 to 10 guaranteed clients.